Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Hey, y'all, come on in. It's good to see you.
We have a fun soap today and our special guest Melinda here to open it with.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet. Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And I'm Melinda Kering of Cup of Tea Books.
And together, we are the Barbershop Duet. Hey, y'all, come on in. It's great to see you. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during the live premiere on YouTube, why? Come on in the live chat. Join the Whiff Pack. Cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted Melinda to talk about this book that she brought for us today.
Indeed. Every year, I spend time writing a book, and every December, I publish it and send it to the people on my list.
And if you are related to her, she will read it to you in person while you eat curry. And since she is the author of the family, we thought it very apropos that she be here when we open our soap today. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Pencil Pushers. And I feel like it's going to be super nostalgic for us, but even more so for you, since you write all the time.
I just remember it's not just the pencil shavings of cedar. It is the entire mechanism of the pencil sharpener. Y'all, let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at barristerandmann.com.
Many people remember their early school years in terms of smell. Scented markers, old books, lunchroom milk, it all combines into a distinctive scent memory. The kind of thing that transports you back to being a kid almost instantly. But more than anything else, people remember the smell of pencils.
Grade school pencils have a distinct aroma, a kind of pulpy mineral cedar accented by the roasted character imparted by the grinding of wall-mounted, hand-cranked pencil sharpeners. The sappy, woody tang of tens of thousands of cheap, mass-produced pencils is one of our fondest, most distinctive memories of childhood. That's the smell of pencil pushers. That's the smell of home. And that's why we have the author in the family here to help us explore this one. I am so excited about this one. What do you remember about pencils growing up?
You know, I was a big office supply, I had the pencil box, I had everything all organized. Heaven forbid you drop the thing and you got to start over. That was just my thrill of school. School was hard for me, but I loved all the little things that came with it. So the concept of having your own pencil sharpener, like in the pencil case for the pencils, it was quite an experience.
Right. And do you write in pencil? You write in pen.
I write in pen. However, I have sharpened many a pencil in my day. I remember in school, especially during a test, if your pencil broke, you'd have to shuffle up to the aisle because there was only one pencil sharpener in the entire room, and you'd have to put it in there. And sometimes you'd hear a crunch, and it's like, oh man, and you'd have to continue. And pretty soon, your pencil would be this big.
Right.
But it would be sharp.
It would.
And then when you forgot your number 2 pencil for a Scantron test,
and you
had to do the walk of shame up to the desk to ask for one.
Ask the teacher for a pencil.
Like Oliver going to get some more gruel. All right, y'all. Well, I think we've waited long enough. Let's let this one out of the pencil box. All right, y'all, and this came from our friends at the Razor Company, who always leave us nice notes. Sarah, you both are amazing. Thank you for the support. It means the world to us from Jason. Thank you guys so much. And we got 2 soaps from Barrister and Mann in this box. And this is the one.
That's it.
It's the black
how
tub.
It's done like the rings of a tree.
Oh, it totally is.
Oh, it's a pencil.
It really is a pencil.
And I love that the Barrister and Mann soaps have the seal for your protection. So, yours is the only schnoz that's getting on that soap.
Oh, are we excited or what?
Beautiful.
All right, y'all, form a line and get your grinder hand ready because we're having a first impression. All right, we're going to let the guest go first here. I'm going to take off the seal here.
See if it's going to be a trip down memory lane.
Medically sealed. Here we go.
All right, take it in. See what you get.
Pushers. Here we go.
Shake the Etch-a-Sketch because it may be something a little unexpected. Even though it says pencil pushers, even though we've read the sales page, there are still surprises to be found in this world.
I'm ready for anything.
A real first impression. It was a good whiff.
Oh, gosh. There's wood. Definitely wood. And metal. Wood and metal.
I was hoping.
So
it's the pencil sharpener. It's not
the
just
pencil
pencil
sharpener.
Love
You were
that.
standing at the back of the classroom.
And there are 5 people in back of me as I'm trying to sharpen
Hurry
this
up,
pencil that
Melinda.
doesn't seem to want to sharpen.
And one of them also has to go to the bathroom, so you better go fast.
Oh, my gosh. Yep. And it's one of the big, thick pencils, too.
Oh.
That you had to, like, crank the little thing because the pencil sharpeners had different sizes.
Right,
Right.
you could spin it.
Yes.
That's a big pencil.
Speak softly.
That's a big red
funny.
pencil. Yes.
That was true though. Like you had to raise your hand to go.
You did.
At least in my classroom, you had to raise your hand to get the bathroom pass or to go sharpen your pencil.
Yep.
Like you couldn't interrupt the flow of things going on. It's a very big deal.
Stephen Sondheim used Blackwing pencils exclusively because you had to sharpen them constantly, and he had a little bit of ADHD going on, so he didn't like to just sit there the whole time for hours.
Had to get up and sharpen.
He loved having to get up every 20 minutes and sharpen the pencil. He kept the pencil sharpener over there on the piano.
Goodness
It's a good
gracious.
reason to get up.
There you go.
Now my Apple Watch tells me to get up, so he was pre-built in.
Nothing tells me to get up.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
There's a sweeter side to this cedar part.
When the tone of her voice goes up, y'all, that's how you know she likes it. What'd you find?
Because we've had a few soaps that were more like cedar based.
Right.
This is a different side.
Shut up.
I don't know how. I'm still trying to figure it out. But it is not the Home Depot cedar. There is
Right.
a difference. It's a pencil cedar.
Well, Will hints at the fact that those pulpy, mass-produced cedar pencils are not going to smell, well, the same as like
No.
a real cedar plank.
No. And there's something that's different here. Like, I don't know if it's the glaze, like the yellow paint on the outside.
Right.
But it's a pencil. I'm not sure how.
It's the smell of a chopped pencil.
Right. There's
Ah,
something like the sweeter side. I don't know if it's more like the condensed version they put, they smash it down to make the
Right,
pencils with.
right.
But there's something a little different here. It's still wood. It's totally the cedar, but it's something a little different, turned up. I don't know.
Well, speaking of the razor company, we do have Worst Cabin Ever, which is a
Right.
cedar balm, which is, I would suspect, a little different than this.
It's very different. They are both cedar, but they're the complete different sides.
So maybe that like pulpy, metallic, mass-produced sense is in there.
I still can't figure out. I mean, I wasn't one to do this, but a lot of people that would chew on their pencils, and you could smell when it was just different. Like once you got past the paint, you could smell the wood a little different. You knew if someone had nibbled on it smelled different.
Right.
Like they messed up your pencil.
Oh, I totally used to chew on my pencils. You could totally see under the eraser.
See?
There'd be all these like molar marks.
But it's different.
I can only describe it as the friction that it takes
There you
to
go.
sharpen the pencil.
I'm with
He
you.
said something like that.
It's a slight,
Right.
not quite burnt, but it's the
Yes,
friction.
like
Yeah.
the frayed wood somehow, and the oily kind of part in the pencil sharpener to
Right.
keep the grinds going.
Well,
Had
and
a smell.
pencils are made in 2 pieces, and then the graphite's put together, and they're glued together. So you are
It's
going to get a
different.
smell of that adhesive a little bit when you sharpen the pencil. My dad used to just kind of show off and sharpen it with a knife. You know those guys?
Oh yeah, of course, the little
Right.
whittlers.
It's
Yeah.
basically whittling.
There's something that's still pretty about it, though. I don't want to say that the sharpener takes away from the pretty side.
Right.
It's still there, and it really does take you back to standing in the back of
Right.
the classroom,
Right.
shredding up your pencil.
Exactly. You were the luckiest person on earth if the pencil came out like
Yes.
beautifully after the first few
To the
cranks.
perfect point. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
There was the sound of that crunch where you go, ugh, and you had to continue.
Start it over.
And
Yes.
you had that one psycho kid that just sat there and blew on the sharp tip for like an hour.
But I would hate you'd sharpen it and get back to your paper, and as soon as you'd go to write, it would break off again.
Right.
And now you're like, I can't get up again. I'm gonna get in trouble.
You
so
couldn't put like a too fine a tip on it. Or it'd break
There was an
immediately.
art to it. You had to
There
sharpen
was.
it just so far. If you went farther, then the little
right.
tip would come
Right.
off, and you'd have to do it again. It was traumatic.
And can we please talk about the pencil sharpeners that have auto stop? Because those don't work right.
No.
No.
And I used to take off the little thing that would surround the grinders so I could watch them work. There is nothing more beautiful in the world than watching those circular pencil grinders sharpening. You're going, how are they even doing that?
Well, because it was an accepted fact that you had to empty the pencil
Right.
sharpener of its little shards in order for it to work.
Right, right.
It's true.
The same kid that cleaned the chalkboard erasers would clean out the
Yes.
pencil sharpener. That was me. Constant viewers will know that I have a Blackwing pencil collection that I often keep here next to me on the show. This is my comic book inspired pencil. And would you like to show the folks this Christmas present that your mom got me last year? An actual old school pencil sharpener.
I'll hold it.
For my Blackwings. Okay, do the honors.
Me? Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, well, here.
This is what y'all came to see.
And
This is the level of authenticity you'll find here at the Barbershop Duet.
How we
it
do?
is.
Hey, pretty good.
Okay, now this is something you only find here in the Barbershop Duets. This is the pencil pushers and pencil sharpener with on 3. Ready? 1, 2. Smell this. Smell that. Now smell the real pencil.
Let's see what we got.
Smell the real shavings. How close did you get?
A little close.
Yeah.
I'd say a little close.
There's a little more lead in the real pencil than there is in that.
There's no lead
which
in
is
this one.
probably.
Okay, it is my turn. I am taking this in. Here we go. Oh, you're right. Y'all, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. Cedar's only half of what's in this. 50% at most. The rest is the paint on the pencil. It's the pencil sharpener. It's the oil in it. It is the heat of the friction of the gears. There's a metallic note in here that is fabulous. Think Gucci Envy, that kind of cool metal. Beautiful.
Yep, it's your third grade classroom.
And there's a little hint of something else going on in here that's making this a wearable cologne. This is not just you're going to smell like a pencil.
Right.
This is a lovely cedar scent once you slightly get beyond the imaginative vision of a pencil sharpener.
Right.
There's something dapper and beautiful happening in the woods here, y'all. This is gorgeous.
I almost wanted to say it had it approaching a floral. It's not, but like there's something in there.
She's not wrong. She is not wrong. There is a small, white, barely detectable floral in here that is keeping it sweet and giving it some cohesion. Do you sense that? Well, with something so far in one direction of just the woods and peppery spices, you gotta balance it out with something far on the other side sometimes, and I think that's what's happened here.
It's just keeping it from getting dark. I don't know what it is.
Yep.
Some secret thing.
It is just naturally a light nostalgic scent that becomes a memory.
Yes, it is a school pencil sharpener, and of course it's daytime. What kind of psycho sharpens their pencils at night?
Oh, you'd be surprised. This resolves into a very wearable cedar.
Absolutely, and even more so than I would think worst cabin ever.
Yeah.
This is more of a balance, more of a wearable scent, more of a dude's personality.
I'm so curious if we didn't know what it was called and we just took a whiff of this, if it would have taken us to that same memory. Because
I bet it would have.
there's just a fun side to it. Like there really is that nostalgic side that comes through, but there is something kind of like mature-ish that you could totally throw this on and wear as well.
Yeah. And you know, I am curious to see if there is more than 1 or 2 scent notes in this. Let's take a look at the sales page. Back to the sales page at therazorcompany.com. Scent notes, grade school pencils. That's it.
Yeah.
But hold on. The Barrister and Mann soaps do come with a little bit of a Cliff's Notes version of the scent notes on the label, and Sarah found it. What do you got there?
So we've got cedar,
Okay.
amber.
That's that light, what we were thinking was a floral, y'all, and slightly powdery. Beautiful.
And then graphite.
Okay.
So not lead, but like definitely part of what would create that vibe. Smell for the amber now. See if you get it. Because I think I do. I just didn't know that's what I was getting.
Right.
I smell the amber. Now that I know what I'm
Right,
smelling,
right.
there we go.
Almost like an amber fougere kind of a thing.
Well, it's like an optical illusion. You know when you'll see a drawing of something and it'll say, now, see the young lady ready for a night out on the town? Yeah. Now do you see her old crone of a mother? No. Like, that's in there? Oh, that's in there. I don't see it. Look upside down. You turn upside down. That's what this is. As soon as you know it's the amber and you know it's in there to look for it, then it's the old lady.
There you go.
Figuratively. And you know, the cedar is not allowed to get too dark.
No.
Which is also very cool.
That's, I think, also how you know it is more the pencil, not the tree necessarily.
And I think he meant grade school grade pencils, because these Blackwings are about $3 a piece. These are not grade school grade pencils.
No. The grade school pencils were like wood pulp.
Yes.
Yeah, you get them at Staples for 98 cents a metric ton.
Yeah.
And let's not even talk about what they make golf pencils out of. I think that's like animal fur.
I did think those were cute. They were tiny.
But they're not. You ever sharpened a golf pencil? Nobody ever has.
Just throw it away and grab a new one.
You're going to say club champion? Yeah, sometimes you'll see like a big old machine like this in the Sears catalog, and it's all like gears and grinding metal, and you're like, what's that do? Oh, it's a playing card shuffler.
I know, just heft the crank.
What? All right, y'all, you want to see a newbie make a lather? Here we go. So take your bougie stick for your protection, and then grab about an almond size out of the soap there.
Almond size. Right. Come here, you. Almond. I want you almond.
A little give from our little sticks here.
There we go. Is this an almond size?
That's great. And then what you want to do is push it into the ridges of the bowl with your finger as if you're trying to smear chewing gum into shag carpet.
All right, here we go. With my finger?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
And just so that you can't get it back out again. Like just smear it in real good.
I will.
Leave it in like one spot if you can. Yeah, that's perfect. Just like that.
Just like that. There we go.
Show the folks at home. Love it.
Beautiful.
And basically it's so that when the brush does its first few passes over, it's not going to grab chunks. Does that make sense? It's just going to be a smooth, soapy surface that it's going to hit. That's it. Smooth it out. And this is our bougie sprayer. It is filled with bougie water, sourced from the island nation of bougie. It is wedged between Latvia and Estonia. You haven't heard much from them since the Iron Curtain rose. But anyway, give it that spray.
Just one single spray?
Yes. Now 6 more. Now 4 more. So we're going to rotate the bowl so the soap is at the top and the water sits at the bottom. Yeah, like that. Now, you want to leave the water be. But what you want to do is take this brush. I got my wood brush from Moon Soaps because it's pencil pushing. And you want to kind of circle it around the soap at the top of the bowl so that you're loading the soap onto the brush, not the water yet.
Oh, I see.
Forwards.
Circles and
backwards. And then push down and feel the brush's backbone a little bit. But leave the water there. Yep, there you go. And then spin the brush in your hand so that you're coming at it with a slightly new orientation of the bristles. Good. And then keep going. Yeah, you're doing great.
Gotcha.
And then keep in a little circular motion against the bottom of the bowl. Get some foam going there.
Got it. I see the foam
coming to life here.
Now, hold the bowl level in your hand. Go get the water and start making big circles with the wrist.
And then those little octopus arms, as Melinda called them, will grab the soap wonderfully.
Got it. And look at that, y'all. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I feel so professional.
Right? The leather is coming to life.
It's releasing a bit more wood.
Yes.
Okay, the cedars.
And you might notice it's even asking for another little sip of water to get a little bit more of that iridescent yogurt going on in the bowl. All right, keep going. Y'all, the Barrister and Mann lather, it works itself.
It does. There's quite a lovely lather.
You also mentioned the Barrister and Mann mystique that sometimes comes through. I don't know if I get it much on this one.
I get it a little bit in this one, the same way I do in Paganini's violin.
Subtle.
Just a little bit of that subtle, slightly soapy wisp of that beautiful Barrister and Mann mystique dankness that's under the surface. Will's little signature on his paintings.
Yep, the cedar is definitely rising to the surface.
Nice leather. Look at you.
Right.
This is beautiful.
All right, y'all, this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the What'd You Get for Number 7 whiff on 3, 1, 2.
Okay. Nice. And then we'll smell this one.
Swap.
Oh. See, this is very often what the perfumers had in mind. This version. That's more the concentrate. Like with Rome, that was a little crazy from the tub, but once you lather it, amazing. That's what this is doing.
I think more cedar brightened up a little bit. What do you think?
It's made more real. It smells more like actual pencils.
Right. Yeah, I feel like you have a drawer of pencils. There's much more pencils that woke up.
Right. This is the whole collection.
Yes, indeed. This definitely releases the cedar. And I mean, this is something a gentleman would wear, and he'll be sitting with a couple of friends, and suddenly someone will remember 3rd grade.
Yes. And let's put the rest of her improv skills to the test. Melinda and I grew up doing theater together. Where is the gentleman who would wear this?
The gentleman who would wear this is probably at a library.
I almost said that.
What's he reading?
He's probably reading an old book. And he meets a friend there, probably someone who has a cup of coffee, and they start to talk, and during the course of the conversation, he smells a memory.
And sometimes when we watch our friend Angelo, we like to watch how the lather goes on his face, so we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but I will show you. Look at that. Y'all, tell me the can of Barbasol goo is going to do 1/10 of the job of this stuff right off the brush.
We won't make Melinda do it, but I'll put it on my face.
I could do it, absolutely.
Would you like to see Melinda lather the face? Send an email here to We Sent You. Barbershop.
See what it feels like. We never would really lather our face.
This feels absolutely velvet.
Right,
Nice.
with that brush and the
Oh my
slickness.
gosh, I could do this all day.
And then you can do the Marcus slickness test if you take your finger
push down,
and
feel
you
for your
kind of see
stubble.
if you
You
can,
know,
right, there we
your
go.
see if
stubble.
you can get through.
Okay, got it.
And there may be one more story that needs writing, y'all. Let's take this a little deeper.
You know what comes out?
Huh.
The eraser.
You know what's funny? I have started mentioning that I get new things as I wipe the lather off my face.
Yeah.
You know?
Smell the eraser.
Hold
Oh my
on.
gosh.
Hold on.
What the heck?
It's a brand new pencil then. Because if
Well, pencil erasers don't have a bubblegummy sense. They have a peppery sense.
They have
Yeah.
that rubbery
This
sense.
has that peppery, rubbery
but like a
sense to it.
dried rubbery kind of.
Right.
Yep. And it's because some kid always thought it was funny to sharpen the eraser.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I did used to collect erasers. I'm not going to lie. I had like all the little tiny, the strawberry picture one and all the animal shape. It was a thing.
I suspect her allowance went right to Sanrio. My memories of you don't go back to elementary school for you. What were your favorite memories from elementary school?
Goodness gracious. Well, a specific pencil case, actually.
Oh.
It was something I think I got at the Sanrio store. It was a little lid, and you kept like 5 or 6 little pencils. If you pressed a button, the
I
little
love
sharpener
those.
popped out. Oh, yes.
And I think they made Disney versions.
Those were the Cadillac of like pencil cases.
They were.
I had one that kind of had like a Palm Springs sunroof kind of thing. And then would go as you opened it. It opened like a Venetian blind kind of thing.
I know.
And then it would close.
There was always one secret button which like popped open some little weird like secret compartment.
Right.
You know?
Those are my favorite. That was like the big thing about starting the school year is like you got to pick your backpack and your pencil box and your lunch box. It was very important.
And your notebook had to be a clean notebook.
I had my Trapper Keeper.
Do kids even use pencils at school anymore? Is it all like typing now? Is that a thing? Or like the cursive? Like, is that even a thing?
iPads.
Well,
I don't know.
If you're an artist, you have pencils.
Of course.
Touche.
You definitely have pencils if you're an
Or an
artist.
animator. They
Yes.
still use pencils. And also accountants still use pencils because
probably.
they have erasers.
But now a lot of it's like the mechanical pencils that you just replace the lead too. It's a different
Right.
experience. Like our eras, I think, had
Those
that
are-
genuine moments.
Those are dull, dead pencils. The mechanical ones, fooey on those. You need a real pencil.
Yeah, the bold. You got to be able to write and see it, smell it.
Yeah, number 2 was always too weak. But the higher numbers, you got some serious lead.
Right. For me, it just kind of brings me back to the simpler times. I don't know, just having the nostalgia of it. I feel like those, before you were an adult and all you had to worry about was did you turn your homework in? Those kind of times. It was just a different time in your life,
I just remember smelling those pencils as I would watch those school movies that they would show you on the 16 millimeter projectors about I'm no fool, no siree.
And this is the smell of just learning how to write the alphabet because you had that super lined piece of paper where you had to write the capital and then the lowercase.
Right, in between the little dash line.
Right.
Right.
The little red dash line that you couldn't go above.
Right. My favorite movie they showed us was called Donald in
Magic
Land.
Land.
Remember that?
Yes.
So you can verify this, y'all. My hand to God. About halfway through this math special produced by Disney starring Donald Duck, a pool shark enters the frame and you are in a pool hall. And for the next 20 minutes, they use math and geometry to teach you how to hustle pool.
Yep.
And we're sitting there in the 5th grade, well, taking notes. I used it when I got to my grandparents' house next time because they had the diamonds
Did
on
you
their
really?
pool table. And I was like, whack! And he's like, where'd you learn that? I was like, Donald Duck, b-. If you have become a pool shark and you have Disney to thank, put it in the comments. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus in the 5th grade hoping you're going to show a movie today. And when they wheel in that projector, you're going to get so excited. You're going to go get your 3 pencils. You're going to sharpen them all so that you have a smorgasbord to smell as that movie starts. And just about the time a young Shirley Temple is showing you how to roll a cigarette, you're going to get your own. So head over to barristerandmann.com to find this and a bunch of other cool stuff.
I am back from my I shave with pencil pushers, and it was so fun having Melinda on our episode. We both kept talking afterwards. Like, there's just fun parts to this. It's a character kind of scent. It's a time kind of scent, like I am back in the classroom. A little nostalgia. So I think I'll reach for this when I want those kind of days. Once you lather this up, the ambery part is super fun, as well as the little mechanical kind of pieces. So I loved having this bloom next to me in the bath while I was getting ready to shave, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you, Barrister and Mann. Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. So our friend Doug Lane and his family have recently opened Adopted Acres Soap Company, and our collaboration, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, is one of their first 2 inaugural offerings. So our giveaway this month is for either of those soaps of your choice for free to our winner, and all you have to do to be eligible is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here the first week of February to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Y'all, when Melinda first got here, we walked her through our Barrister and Mann collection. We didn't want to cloud her nose too much with the other artisans, but since we were going to be talking about Will and his mom today, when we got out Nocturne, there was a very special emotional reaction from my cousin. Would you like to explain?
Goodness gracious. When I was a little girl, we would go to our great-grandmother's trailer in Sebastopol, and on the other side of the fence was a vast apple orchard. And there were apples on the ground, of course. We never picked those. We only picked the ones on the trees. And then we'd bring them back, and she would make us applesauce. This is the smell of that time. I cannot explain it any better than it just ice-picked a memory into my heart.
Right.
And I started crying.
And then she immediately apologized, and we said, wait a minute.
No.
This is a very important part of this hobby.
Yeah,
I don't think we know a seasoned, hardened shaver that isn't brought to tears when something that one of these artisans has created ice picks a memory from deep in our soul. Whether it's the aftershave our grandparents wore, or whether it's the forest we used to visit, or whether it's the beach where we used to go together.
Even the pencils from grade
or the
school.
pencils that you used to
Yeah.
use in grade school. It is all here. And if you look, you're going to find your most cherished memories in the nooks and crannies of this world. And the best way for your brain to explore them, you know.
I had no idea that this memory would be mine, but now it means a little more.
She might just steal this soap from our
that's okay.
cabinet.
Yeah. Don't look.
Well, y'all stay tuned, because I'm sure this is not going to be Melinda's last episode with us, because we're going to see what other memories we can ice pick out of there for next time.
Don't forget your next opponent with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.